Conversations with your team and low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with your team and low. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic conversations with your team and low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with your team and low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with your team and low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with your team and low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rap. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low.
That time for Classic Conversations with JT and Low.
And that's Scott.
Listen, man, we here. If you're looking at us right now, you're in the right place. But while you're looking at us, go ahead and hit that that heart button to the right-hand side. If you're looking at your cell phone, it's going to be a heart button to the right-hand side. Hit that button. Then all of the emojis and emoticons, you know, they got emoticons too. They're going to come up. And when they come up, I need you to just keep touching them because that's going to help our
algorithm
go up, people. We've been telling you. You're doing this other stuff for other people that you're not doing for us. It's just not right. It's just not right because I'm seeing comments of people that I know on Shay Shay's podcast, on Kevin Garnett's podcast, and I know these people personally. And y'all are over there commenting and sharing and doing all that stuff, but you're not doing it with somebody that you actually know. And it's not cool. It's not cool. I got something for you though. Got something for you. But what you need to do is, man, you need to just touch the button.
Press the button.
Just like that.
Press the goddamn button.
That's all you got to do. And when they do that, what they doing, Angela? Give me a tagline, homie.
Tell a friend, tag a friend.
That's all you got to do.
Tell a friend, tag a friend.
That's all you got to do. We ain't asked you to do too much. You know, and look at us, too. You know, you ain't got just, I want you to tell a friend, tag a friend, but also take some time and look at it. We got some real good content going on here, stuff that actually affects you, not that stuff that them other folks talking about. Y'all went crazy looking at Shannon after he lied to y'all about his cell phone jumped right on Instagram
Michelle.
Live. And
Michelle, huh?
Yeah, on Michelle. Y'all went crazy over that. And not a damn thing he said is going to affect your life. Nothing. Nothing at all. Ooh, let's get it going. How you doing, Lo?
Hey, man, it's another day. Did you say emoji cons? Is that real? Do they fight the Decepticons?
Emoticons. Emoticons. That's what it is. Emoticons.
I was like, that new Transformer movie? What the devil was that?
Yeah, we're going to get it out
Roll
there.
out.
We're going to get it. We're going to get it out there.
That's immediately what got to me, man.
Emoticons.
Hey, man, as Boss Lady always says, man, we start the show off with something grim. So I got to start the show off with something grim happened this week. Our one and only Wanda Smith, V103 fame and Uptown Comedy Corner fame, passed away this week. I got the information shortly after it happened from a manager, and before everybody started blowing me up. You know what I mean? I got the information direct so I could confirm it. It was unfortunate for those that, live in the Atlanta area, especially, I guess, for the 90s and 2000s, man, it was always...
She's an institution.
Yeah, she was an institution,
Frank.
man. Frank and Wanda in the morning.
Then she went with
She was
Ryan
at
for a
she was at
little while.
Uptown Comedy Corner, man, for many years, hosting Friday nights. So we felt like she was part of ours as well, man. So she was battling some things, illnesses, man, and but shout out to Wanda Smith, rest in heaven. But always a sad case when you hear someone and known for a long time, man, but
A lot of people dying this year.
hey, man,
A lot.
TK Kirkland told me simply, brother, the longer you live, the more of these calls you're gonna get, and that junk never resonated so much until recent years. I'm like, huh? You know what I mean? It's like he's right. The older you get, the more of these calls gonna come. But I just want to start the show off recognizing Miss Wanda Smith and her family, man. God bless you all, and we'll continue to pray for you.
One more rest in peace moment. Dallas Cowboys for this season.
Shots fired. Give it to me.
Just rest.
Man down.
Y'all rest. All 22 of them down.
That is
Y'all rest.
hilarious.
Yeah, y'all rest. Yeah, y'all gonna sit down somewhere.
Hilarious.
I want to see how many Dallas Cowboy fans get arrested between now and the Super Bowl. Cause so many people gonna be getting in their face.
Hey, man, that's funny. Hey, real quick, 'cause I don't want to forget the end, man. Shout out to my sister, Kame Biana. Yeah, I said your middle name. Franklin, on her book, Mama's Boy. Made sure I wanted to shout her out, man. It's on all platforms. What's those book platforms?
Amazon.
Yeah, that Kindle.
What's the other one you
Kindle,
said?
Google Books.
Google, yeah. So it's on all platforms, man. Mama's Boy. Go check her out. Dope book. Nothing but good reviews on it. So want to make sure I point that out. Shout out to my sister. There we go. I'm good now. Thank you.
Pastor Cop, how you doing, bro? We ain't see you last week.
Man, outstanding, man. Just busy week. Weekend, son came down with his wife, and my granddaughter had outstanding time. Just family.
Ain't that something?
That's a cup of Zaddy.
All right, Pastor Cop got people looking up to him. How about that?
Had a dope birthday weekend with my mom, too, man. I almost forgot, man. It was really, really dope birthday. Birthday party number 2 was up here, man. We had an absolute blast, man. So shout out to everybody that came out to enjoy and celebrate her birthday. We had a ball. Missed y'all, man. But
No.
Y'all have enjoyed it. And my man brought me this shirt. Can y'all see it? My man Nola McFarland, man, old friend, dear friend of family. He used to work for us at Priority One, man. But he brought me this shirt, man. I have a black job, and I walked into the poll booth today, as you can see. I walked into the poll booth today as I got my vote on, and everybody at the polling station asked to take a picture of my shirt, man. Me and my mom were like stars at the polling booth today, man. They were like, "Can we take a picture of that shirt?" So, yeah. Appreciate that, Mr. McFarland. All love, brother.
Yeah,
Now I'm done.
need to get one of those in black, Mr. McFarland.
Before we jump into the
Yeah, he brought me another one, but I forgot to bring him. But I know you can't wear large, and I wasn't sure if you could wear large. No. All I brought was largest,
I mean, I could put it on.
and I'm glad I can now wear large.
I can put it on.
And that part, he's glad he can now wear large.
Yeah, I can
I
put it
am.
on. I can put it on, take a picture.
Take put on
Take a
picture.
picture while I'm holding my breath.
Yeah.
I can't even tell that lie. That shit look like a bikini top.
But they say they're gonna try to bring us get us some more bigger shirts.
Oh, no. All right. Well, you down to a large, man?
It's a large, brother. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna take my hungry headaches like a man then. 'Cause I'm on my journey. I lost 7 pounds last week, bro. 7 pounds. Back on it again this week. That's why y'all see me drinking this water. Yes, it's just water. There's nothing else in it.
I have to tell the cop that.
Right.
Outside.
You know what I'm saying? I can't wait. I hope y'all did when I go out there tonight.
Oh, I almost forgot. I got in my pocket.
Huh?
I got some, that's what I sent you also, Dwayne. Platinum Beauty Bar and Spa. They sent me some discount coupons for everybody in the podcast. They're running for Spa of the Year. And they sent us all some discount. I got one for
Do they have happy endings?
I can't speak on all that. But shout out to Platinum Bar and Spa, man. They sent us some discount things, and they running for Spa of the Year. They got a link on there. I sent Dwayne earlier to you can click that link and you can vote for them for Spa of the Year. And I do believe it's just regular massages there.
Okay.
They are 1990 Parker Road, Southeast Conyers, Georgia.
Oh, by my house.
Platinum Beauty Bar and Spa.
Yeah.
Per Cedric Hill. Appreciate you, brother. All right.
Said be looking out, don't it?
Yeah, no doubt.
We missed out on the conflict last week. Nobody talked about it and glossed over it. So we're going to talk about it today.
Which conflict we talking about?
Yeah,
The only conflict, the atrocities. Israel.
Oh,
Lebanon.
yeah.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that. And then the hatchet job on the TikTok, they didn't mention the good stuff I said. It's just, you know.
We say that conversation for you.
Yeah, for sure,
That's
for
why.
sure.
Okay.
Sure,
Glad
for sure.
somebody that'll probably, we will see eye to eye on one thing. And that'll be this.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun to watch. I could sit right here and watch y'all go back. What up, bro? How you doing, man?
Doing good.
Boy, good to have you back.
Glad to be back and alive.
Brother Knight back in the building.
Yes.
Soldier at war.
All times. He ready. You dig? So
Shout
yeah,
out.
man. Today we're gonna actually get into some educational points in regards to voting. You know, Angelo is real deep on that. He's gonna talk about some things in regards to voting and what we don't really pay attention to. Hell, he brought something in here today, got me already. My interest is already peaked. So we're gonna get into that, and we'll do that on the first segment when we come right
Brother
back.
Knight got a title. What was that? What was that you gave me last week? Act was it versus the two things we're gonna do?
Two things we got to do to lift the black community is
Yeah.
black collectivism and black community
There we go.
over black economics.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's one of the topics for tonight.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
I
pretty
wanted to
dope.
make sure I said it correctly, so that's why I deferred it.
Sit back with my ink pen tonight. So listen, man, we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back in 2 minutes.
Cool.
Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
That's a cop.
I don't know why y'all say that pregnant coochie is different. It's
Because
just
we've
people that
had
don't-
pregnant coochie before.
The women-
Listen,
It's one of
No, I really wanna know.
It's one of the things you cannot answer.
You can't answer.
You can't answer this because
I'm
you
saying you can answer.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
you
saying-
can
I'm
answer.
saying,
Go ahead.
All men in here just said that pregnant coochie is different.
Okay,
We're telling you.
I'm
it's
telling you,
different.
educate
It
me.
feels
What about the
different.
man that's sleeping with the pregnant woman though? What is he?
It sound like he's lucky.
Ain't lying. Hell yeah. Yeah. We are back, y'all. We are back. We're talking about water slides and regular slides. And you know, you went to the water park and you got on that water slide with those shorts on and you went just like this. The difference between unpregnant and pregnant.
There's no build up.
Back, Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
And that's a cop.
Listen, folks, if you want to give us a telephone call, 404-500-1605. Well, I ain't said that in a long time. Yeah, 404-500-1605. If you want to be a part of the conversation. Now, when we say be a part of the conversation, that means give a call, and you got about 2 to 3 minutes. That's about it. We don't want you to actually be in the conversation. We want you to be a part of it. If you want to be in the conversation, ask us. We might let you come and do the show with us. Other than that, 2 to 3 minutes, people. So, voting. Early voting started today. Yeah, today is Tuesday. Yeah. Early voting started today. As you see, Angelo got his sticker. My wife actually went on out and did her vote today. I get mine done this week. That's a promise. I'm actually glad I didn't go today because, doing some research on some of these candidates in our local area over there in South Fulton was pretty interesting. Reading on some of these young people that's coming up. And what I like also, what they had online was they put down where these people actually lived at. So the ones that's talking about South Fulton, if you live in Midtown, I kind of got a little bit of a problem with that. If you're supposed to be campaigning for something within this community and supposedly your points are about housing within the community and crime within the community, but you don't live in the community. And of course, I know the bigger the office get, you don't have people living in the community, but these, are these Senate seats and stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting to read up on some of these younger people. What was pretty good. And I think that's what I'm going to concentrate on more in regards to my local vote this year is making sure I research that a little more. It was just interesting to see the younger people's attention, what they're paying attention to instead of some of the folks that's already 57, 58 years old. Not that we're old, but, we're talking about the future, so we need to look at some of the younger people. This young gentleman, his name is Devin Barrington Ward, 34 years old, managing director of the Black Futurist Group. And his issues is closing the racial wealth gap, reforming public safety policy, mental health services, affordable housing. His elevator pitch to the black voters: I'm the person in the race with the agenda and the platform that speaks to black people the most. And he's 34 years old, man. And to see that's piquing my interest in regards to some of these younger candidates out there. And this was a good homework assignment. I appreciate it, bro.
I like that.
Yeah, this was good. It's actually, this was good. I couldn't tear myself away from it. So probably get my vote in on Friday after I research some more of these people, to be honest with you.
And that's great, man, because that's kind of the goal. When we spoke on this earlier was, over the last several months, during the whole year, we've been kind of going back and forth on the presidential campaign, and that's kind of what the focus of the country is. But so many people, near and far, but people close to you, so many people don't really get this whole election process. They focus in on the presidential campaign, and that's it, And we just wanted to make sure that we just reminded people that the motto that we say darn every night: think globally, but vote locally. We have to be more familiar with who some of our local candidates are, and what they're standing for, and how that really impacts you. Because the reality of it is, the presidential election does not impact the everyday person. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
It just doesn't impact your everyday person on a daily basis. But these local elections impact you. These taxes and all the, a lot of things that come with these things that come with the local elections, man. And you have to be more in tune to who some of these people are. Douglas County has made a great shift in from the time I first moved there, when the KKK was hanging out over Thornton Road. What? Oh no, sir. Once a month, right over that little bypass of Thornton Road, you would see a slew of KKK in their KKK gear with their flags, just twirling that flag all afternoon long, once a month, like clockwork.
You know they got their earpiece now. They got the white patch over there.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's the new clan.
For real?
No, I didn't know that.
Nah, you remember when Trump wore that?
Oh, that's.
Oh, you still.
Yeah,
That's the new-
that went on my head. I got it.
Covering your ear up is the new KKK symbol.
I got you
Patching
down.
your ear.
Yeah. But what's amazing was, like when I went to vote today, you know what I mean? When I went down, when they send these things off, and hopefully you all, if you're registered to vote, you'll get these in the mail. Hopefully it does. I don't know if every county does that, but, it's supposed to send out who's actually running, all the different places where you can vote early at, so there's no excuses. It was a record number. Congratulations to the people in Georgia who started out. They said it was a record number voting today, which is great news. But so when I went down Douglas County, do you live in Douglas County? Okay.
Ain't no KKK.
Hey, listen, man. Out of all the different elections, it was only 4 that actually had Republicans involved. Most of Douglas County is Democratic now, which is
That's a big change.
an amazing shift.
Big change from early days.
Yeah, hey, it's a significant shift, man. So it was very, very interesting. We have people like Ramona Jackson, who's done a tremendous job in Douglas County, and bringing about change, and they're bringing a lot of us involved in these things, man, which has been really, really cool. Did you have anybody particular? What county you live in?
Henry
County.
I drove by there today. I couldn't do it.
It was
I
crowded.
was too late. Oh, yes, it was too. That shit was ridiculous.
Yeah,
I got to
That's
get
a
up
good
early in
thing.
the morning and go there. I couldn't do it.
That's a good thing, though. It's a good thing that was.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. But I was, no.
Yeah, I was happy. I was happy.
You got
to see
to park on the street, and you can't even turn down in there. That's a little too many people.
Yeah.
Get out there early if you're early voting. Do not do like I did.
But you have Senate, you got the House, and ladies and gentlemen, this is where what's the word thing called? Something meets the road.
Rubber meet the road.
Rubber meets the road. Is your house? Is your House and your Senate elections? This is what it really boils down to. You really want to see change. You have to know who's voting, who's running in your House and Senate. These are the people who actually do all the voting in D.C. Okay. So we have to change our mindsets of just worry about the presidential election, or the mindset of I'm not voting because I don't care about either candidate. Yeah. It's bigger than just those two people. And that's what we have to change our mindsets on. You know what I mean? That it's bigger than just these two people. You had to vote for your House. You had to vote for your Senate. You had to vote for your county commissioners, your county chair, your tax commissioner, the Board of Education. You know what I mean? All these things are on this election ballots. Mm-hmm. So we just want to make sure we point out some of these things that are just bigger than the presidential election. What you want to chime in on, brother?
No, I would agree, but the president is important this year, right?
Absolutely.
So you have to think we have sanity versus insanity, logic versus illogic, a black woman versus a white man. And I don't know too many scenarios where a white man should be chosen over a black woman. Jack, if you just take presidency away. Okay. But the man is clearly against black people, against people of color. It's a man who married 2 immigrants, but it's against immigration, illegal immigration. But he married 2 women. His wife was also, but it's just the dude is just like out of it. You know what I mean? Ain't no need to sell no sales pitch no more. It is what it is. And I think to piggyback off you, a lot of people don't understand how it works too, because like the representatives deal with money, right? Your pecuniary, all fiduciary things come from the House. Then the Senate deals with the bills. Both can write bills, but finance bills come from there. And I would say vote and then take your time and email, text, get on your politician's social media and ask for what you want. Don't just vote and go away. Ask for something that you want. So, for example, if you vote, and another thing we got to vote for Fani. Fani got the greatest case against Donald Trump. she was also put out here bad for having a relationship with a man, which I think 99% of heterosexual people do. And she was ostracized and made it seem like she did something wrong.
He said none of that.
No, she was doing it right. That's gorilla.
Yeah, she was doing, and then, but she was forced out of her home. She was forced to live a certain type of way for living a life that didn't mean that. So I think it's important that we put her back, and that's a Fulton County thing. Most of Fulton County is going what you call that? Unopposed. But you do got the representative. She's a black female. And I just we got to vote local and then get involved. So if you want something, ask for it. If you got a pothole, and if you live in this country, like if you sleep in America, politics involve you. Like if you live in a tent or a house, sleep on a bed or park bench, how much money's allocated to something matters. What programs are available or not matters. Because when it comes down to it, politics kind of determine you're going to pay taxes. How is the money going to be divided? How are we going to use it? And that's what it kind of comes down to. Who's going to divide the dollar? Republicans going to divide it this way, Democrats. So you need to vote for how you want the money divided towards you, right? So, for example, if you want like, one of the things the Kamala's doing is raising the Pell Grant money. So most kids who go to in-state schools will have little to no money to pay out of pocket. So if you go to Georgia State, you can almost go for free if you qualify for the Pell Grant, for the maximum amount. If you go to Georgia Tech, you'll pay a healthy amount, not most of it, but maybe 25%. That's a big deal for a student, right? That's a hell of a deal. I don't see the other side proposing logical answers to solutions. And I would challenge anybody to answer me, what has the orange man done politically? What bill has he wrote that went through Congress and became law? And then I would ask next, what did he do? What bills came through Congress that he signed into law that he supported? And you won't see much in that category. He runs his mouth and he talks. But when you look at politics, what did he do, right?
I like the point that you made that you need to vote and then stay involved. I think that's where we fall off at.
Right.
Asakop, he always talks about holding these people accountable, making them do what they say they're going to do. But I believe that that's where we fall off at. Once whoever it is that we're voting for gets in office, we feel that that's it, and we don't have to follow up with anything. But you hit on something.
And it's easier now with social media because you can just follow their page, and you don't have to necessarily be involved. And you can send a tweet back, or whatever. And if maybe you start a tweet or a tag onto a tweet that's already going, and now it puts pressure on that person to do something. That's even easier than the old school writing a letter. You know
letters,
what I mean? Yeah. And go to a couple of things, because when they're in office, you got to get what's best for your community. And if you're not doing that, what's the point? Because all you're going to do then is just complain. And that's what, if you complain, if I owe you $100 and all you're going to do is complain, nigga, I ain't going to pay you. You know what I'm saying? If all you're going to do is complain that I owe you money, shit, loan me another 100, motherfucker. Shit, I'm trying to figure out how to get another 100 out you. You know what I mean?
You complain 2 times.
Just keep complaining. If that's all you're going to do.
Small business owner asked him about a small business help. He talked 10 minutes about oil, gas, and EV. I know you're talking about the orange man. All VP Harris policies on her website to back up, support what you just said. As a cop, what you got?
I'd go to the Fulton County seat when Sonia Arches, who came in here for commissioner of Fulton County, she ran against somebody that had just cost the city over $1 million in a lawsuit, had several allegations of impropriety. I'm not going to attack the person now, but Sonia had a wholesome look and everything, and the way people voted, because like you said, people vote for the main names on the ballot, then they go check, 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 because most people don't actually know what's going on. You had somebody that cost Fulton County, I think it was like 1.5, whatever the amount was over $1 million, and a settlement for a sexual harassment lawsuit. And other allegations against the person, and people didn't even bother to let that. They just check a box, check a box, check a box. So, like you said, I think it's real important to know more about what people are actually doing, particularly in the sheriff races. You know, people, once the sheriff screws up, everybody wants to complain about it. But you got to realize, short of a governor, the sheriff is the one position in Georgia. It's probably the most powerful position in Georgia. It's the sheriff in the county.
Facts.
And they can do whatever they want, however they want.
Have their own budget.
Exactly. And if they're the right, if it's a Republican and it's got a Republican sheriff, he can do no wrong. And if it's a Democrat and it's a Democratic sheriff, he can do no wrong. If it's a sheriff that carries a lot of weight, he can do no wrong. And you can see the past Fulton County sheriffs, DeKalb County. There's been a lot of issues and people don't pay attention to it until there's oh shit. Then everybody was, well, how did he get elected? But when it comes back to election time, hit the box, hit the box, hit the box, hit the box. And the people keep on getting reelected and reelected.
That's right. You complain about corruption, but you don't go vote when it's that time.
Yeah.
And then you expect change.
Especially if they was already corrupt. Really can't complain.
We're at the 5-minute mark before I do these. Dwayne, all right, post them now, Dwayne. I wanted to, because we got some really dope stuff on the second half, but I wanted to just educate a little bit about some of the things that's on the ballot. All right. If you have this ballot, and those of you voting, read these House resolutions. The first one's going to be on your ballot is House Resolution 1022. All right. These things, they sound great on the surface, but you got to really dig deeper. So House Bill 1022 effectively makes a statewide exemption that puts home values across all counties equal, taking the power away from the local municipality to determine home values and the mileage rate. This means that areas like Alpharetta, which is where the author of this new bill lives, will see their taxes go down while our taxes go up. So you probably want to vote no to House Resolution 1022. But again, if you don't understand this and the way they write these things up, the average person the average person just is not going to know.
They can't read.
What these things.
The average motherfucker can't read according to APS test scores.
And those that can read still not going to understand. It's just like we understand stuff with the law enforcement.
Yeah, case law, most people.
That person it's just going to be gibberish to them.
Not
So you're just not going to understand it. So you may want to really vote no unless you live in Alpharetta or in one of those areas. All right. House Resolution 598. If passed, this bill will fold the Georgia Tax Court under the jurisdiction of the Superior Court. Hear that again. This bill will fold the Georgia Tax Court under the jurisdiction of the Superior Court. Here's the kicker. This new court would no longer be elected by the people, but instead the governor would appoint the Chief Justice over the court, who would then have the power to appoint the remaining members, taking away any power that we have with our votes. Again, unlike currently under the separate Georgia Tax Court, where if you want to appeal your taxes, you can represent yourself in court without any fees. Under this new bill, you can no longer do so. You'll be required to obtain an attorney and be responsible for all legal fees and court costs.
Damn.
And attorney fees.
So you probably want to vote to fight for your taxes. So you probably want to vote no to House Resolution 598. This last one, House Resolution 808. At first glance, it seems great to raise the exemption from $6,500 to $20,000. I thought so as well until I read deeper. The deeper implications were it doesn't just refer to property taxes. It says all tangible personal property. Once again, this will benefit those in wealthier counties by allowing tax write-offs that most folks in our community would not be able to take advantage of. Here's the kicker on this one. The tax revenue laws could reach $250 million a year, which would negatively affect funding for our area schools. It could also mean local counties might need to initiate a local option sales tax to vote to make up the lost revenue. So again, you probably want to vote no to House Resolution 696.
Well, go deeper with them first. The first one.
Oh, okay.
So,
I was looking at that one.
So the first one was about what again?
The first one was in reference to it was 1022.
1022.
Taxes being or the
Yeah,
values
this
of the
was the
homes being
statewide
same.
exemption.
Oh, to take the house value is equal. So that's
Correct.
going to take down the housing market.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
But they gentrifying a lot of our neighborhoods also. You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
So you got grandma who worked at the post office, retired, living off in the bluff, house paid for, and they telling her house is worth $400,000. Well, she paid $30,000 for it 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Now her taxes go from this amount to that amount.
That amount.
And now you're gonna say we're gonna do that for everybody. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's, but I guess what I'm trying to say is like, first of all, the bill come from the person who wrote the bill, the people who wrote the bill, don't have our best interests at heart.
At all.
So anything they produce must be voted against or antagonized crucially. And that last one, people don't understand, like, yeah, that sounds like a lot of money, but all you writing off is a house, that ain't really nothing, right? And that's taxes you not paying. That's not gonna go to your schools, it's not gonna go to your fire department, it's not gonna go to where you need it, right? And just imagine I got an RV, I got a boat, I got several properties, so I'm writing this off over and over again, which as a millionaire, that helps me tremendously, because I can save maybe $100,000 in taxes, where in my neighborhood, a lot of people have the same assets I have. So we're gonna end up paying more because we got more.
Yeah.
But for us, if we writing off that, so who's gonna get the money? Who's gonna fund the fire department now?
Right.
It's even better than that. Just to add, I want to jump in there, but you're a teacher.
Yeah.
So you should know. All those people that are getting those discounts, kids go to Marist, Woodard Academy, private schools, even those counties that have that one small private school to teach your kids.
Yeah.
And what ends up happening, it's going to undercut all the public schools. All the public schools and the public
if they
schools,
can-
in some
as if they can
counties,
afford any
it
more
may be
cuts.
white, but most counties in Georgia are still segregated. They have that one private school, and then they have a black school, a predominantly black school. Once you get out of Metro Atlanta, like Greene County, places like that, school system's predominantly black, and all the white kids with money go to a small
private school.
Peachtree Academy and different ones. So,
Boy, we should have had.
So I'm gonna make sure those things are tagged. I'm gonna put them on social media. I'm gonna text. Listen, you have to read deep into these things, and this is why, again, voting is so freaking incredibly important, and it's bigger than the president and the vice president.
Listen, man, like I said, they're gonna tag it. We're gonna share it. We'll be right back. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
and that's a cup.
I don't know why y'all say that pregnant coochie is different. It's
Because
just
we've
people that
had
don't.
pregnant coochie before.
The women.
Listen,
It's one of
No, I really wanna know.
This
What's
one
the
is
difference?
this one of the things you cannot answer.
You can't answer.
You can't answer this because
I'm
you
saying you can answer.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
you
saying-
can
I'm
answer.
saying
Go ahead.
All men in here just said that pregnant coochie is different.
Okay,
We're telling you.
I'm
it's
telling you,
different.
educate
It
me.
feels
What about the
different.
man that's sleeping with the pregnant woman though? What is he?
It sound like he's lucky.
Ain't lying. Hell yeah. Yeah. We are back, y'all. We are back. We're talking about water slides and regular slides. And you know, you went to the water park and you got on that water slide with those shorts on and you went just like this. The difference between unpregnant and pregnant.
There's no build up.
All right, y'all, we back. We back. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Low.
Ask a cop.
Listen, man, I'm sitting there looking at this thing, and I don't see none of these emojis going up. What's happening, people? What's going on? Why y'all not touching? Just right there in front of you, man. It's right there. Just reach out and touch the damn thing. I don't get it. But yeah. So we're moving on. Now, what was that subject you was talking about just a minute ago?
Well, I was talking about voting. So
No,
black collectivism.
There you go.
Black community will save black people, not black economics. So if you look, slavery time, you had
Wait, say it again.
black collectivism
Okay.
and black community. Black collectivism is
Gotcha.
us thinking as a core group, what are we going to do collectively to bring to our community? For example, just a quick example. Most people in Georgia are what? Who's the number one team in Georgia football?
Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs, right? So most of your Georgia Bulldog fans going to be in Georgia, right?
Yep.
That's collectivism. So it doesn't matter your economic status. If you believe in collectivism, you can be rich or poor. Collectively, this is our product. Collectively, this is our way of doing something. And we have to be kind of in tune with that, and not for foolishness either, right? So we all love a song,
Right.
or a product, or going to an event that doesn't really, it's good to have fun. I'm not saying don't have it, but we got to put it in perspective. So for example, collectively, we should ask all schools in APS and Fulton County to teach black history from K through high school.
I agree.
There's too many black people not for that to be the situation,
I agree.
right? But you got to put the right board member in to demand that from them, because that's a collective thing, right? Black community is, what is our culture, way of doing things? What do we do collectively? What do we do in our community for our community? So we live here. Our dance, our food, our likes and dislikes are all kind of similar, right? We may argue over Pepsi or Coke or Coca-Cola, but we drinking a dark soda, right? So at the end of the day, we might argue over this, and this, but it's the same thing. What are we gonna do in our community to make our community better? Because having a few rich black people don't help. Because one black person cannot save us. That's individualism, and that's the ideology that the oppressor wants you to have. That you can be like him, you can do like her, and why don't they do this to their community? Well, it's not their responsibility to do everything, and they can't do everything. But a collectiveness and community doesn't require you to have an economic base. It requires you to have numbers. So when you look at that situation, of enough of us say, for example, if you go to an event with 3 generations of black people, grandma, son, grandson, you don't need security. The likelihood of someone acting a fool with grandma, granddad, mom, daddy, son, daughter, if 3 generations at that thing, nah. Because if I cut up around your mama,
Hey, you got a good point.
you check me, and let's say I got the means to overpower you. I can't overpower, man, what you doing, man? Don't talk like that around, man, you know what I'm saying? Nah, everybody gonna correct that behavior. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how big a gangster you is. You ain't gonna act a fool with my mama here.
Right.
And my son watching. No. My courage level is up. My tolerance for bullshit is down. And my courage is up. So when you get multi-generational, you don't even need much security. You don't need armed security, really, because the likelihood of that's a black thing in our community. We got to make sure that when we do things like that, when we have outings or things like that, it's multi-generational. It cuts down on the bullshit. And it also encourages people to listen to other people, because when the elders are there, knowledge is being given out, right? And the children are in connection with that knowledge base. Our community got to get rid of a lot of food, and then allowing another thing in our community, allowing the best of us to represent the rest of us. So we was talking about rap music. Rap is big in our community. We invented it. But
we don't control it.
We don't control it.
Right.
Black people are the only people who are the brand that don't own the control of the money. We the brand of the NFL, but don't control the flow of the money. We the brand of the NBA, but don't control the flow of the money. We buying cones made in China that can't nobody else use. Why not make them in Africa? Why not make them in the Caribbean? That's black collectivism. Say, I'm only gonna buy Jerome's cones, hair cones. I'm only gonna buy Sweet Willie's pomade for my hair grease, right? Nobody else can use that product,
Right.
but us.
Right.
So why would we allow somebody else to make it and then be 80% or 70% of the market cap? Black collectivism shouldn't allow that. We eat more sweet potatoes and collard greens than anybody. From the farm to the shelf at Walmart should be black. The trucks, the engineering, the logistics, the seeds, the crops, the loans that get started with a farm, that should all be black. And we moving in that direction, so I'm not saying like disadvantage, but that's collectivism that we all can participate in. We all can participate in drinking the juice that we make in our community, like the rap chips thing. That's our stuff. But we gotta own all of that market cap. And just close it off, like if you own the Indian restaurant, black-owned Indian restaurant, Indians gonna make money because you gotta buy from them to get the stuff you need.
Seasons, yeah.
Right. So we gotta move to that collectivism and quit waiting on, or stop thinking like it's not the richest man's job to save us. It's our job to save us collectively. And building a community where our children can be safe, they can learn the values of being black. Right? So like, there's no way in the world, if you look at the president election and you look at the character of the people, the known character, you can say Kamala got bad character, she did things wrong. We've lived with her as a politician, so I can understand if you don't want to vote for her. But you can't look at the other side and say nothing. Like, this dude is a complete, utter idiot. Like, it's almost like it's like, he ain't nothing but a white man. Like, really, that's all he got is whiteness. And if America's really voting in, is whiteness gonna live in America, or is whiteness gonna take some to the back seat to progress? Because he is nothing but white. He's a fucking whoremonger. He inherited $500 billion and filed bankruptcy for us. Who the fuck gets $500 billion and files bankruptcy? More than once. I mean, you swinging, you trying to hit grand slams in the first inning and you got $400 million? You can't be smart if you got $500 billion and go broke more than once. Yeah, but it's like, how you go broke and you started with $500 billion?
Yeah, they ain't broke.
No. What I'm saying is, you playing a game. You playing a game that you shouldn't be playing.
Should be playing.
Because that means you taking risk, or you fucking somebody over. That's why you filed bankruptcy. I'm either gonna fuck you over, or I'm taking too much risk, or a combination of both. I bit off more than I can chew, and I gotta file bankruptcy.
Combination of both for sure.
Or I'm gonna fuck you over and not pay you.
That too.
Yeah.
Because I can. That's a horrible human being either way. If I'm doing that, if I take on too much risk, and I got $500 billion and I got assets, but then you move on to the next thing. This man is saying stuff like the blood of America is tainted. There's something genetically wrong with people. They're committing more crimes. What the fuck does that mean? So I'm genetically predisposed if I'm Mexican or Haitian to commit a crime?
According to him.
So there should be no legal path for me to come in America then if I'm genetically fucked up. Because that's what they said about us. We're genetically, and I be thinking like, how can this man have the audacity to say the things he say with the known record he has? And it's like, he has nothing, he's an arrogant white man, and that's all he is. He has no
You looking
strategy.
for the same answers that everybody been looking
Right,
for.
he has
To
no
the point
strategy.
Where we don't even ask the question no more.
He fucks porn stars.
I mean,
Like,
ain't wrong with that.
yeah, but you fucking porn star. I ain't getting if you on the casino, ain't nothing wrong with that, but I don't want my president fucking porn star. You know what I'm saying? Have some decency and get it. You know what I'm saying?
So how do you? Because we always ask these questions. How do you feel that we need to getting off at the 45, getting off that dude? going on back to us, how do you feel that we get there? How do you feel? Are we able to have these events where you have different generations there?
We're moving in the right direction. So we have festivals in Atlanta and all over that we got to participate in. We doing it. We moving in the right direction. It's just that most of the media outlets, including our media outlets, I'm not even talking about the mainstream, we're not putting that message out there. So Tahani Coach wrote that book, The Message, and he talks about how the Israel and Palestinian debacle, genocide, is Palestinians don't get to write the narrative. So we have to be in control of the narrative. We got to use our social media and other platforms to say, look, man, we do a lot of positive things, and people will get behind it. Because believe it or not, you own a black business, most of us, right? Black people support us, and we pay our bills. So it's not like black people don't support us. And do we deal with bullshit with black people? Hell yeah. It'd be some fucked up motherfuckers out here. But at the end of the day, we feeding our family on black dollars. We are supported by, that's just gotta be we gotta shift our mindset from thinking we're not enough to we are enough. And that's gonna take an educational shift, and that's gonna take an internal shift. And we gotta understand that the nigga got to die.
First thing you said I agree with.
The nigga got to die.
100%.
Because the nigga is going to do the foolishness, and everybody looks at foolishness. But most people, even in a bad community, are doing the right things.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
If you go to any bad community, you could take 20 people out of that community out of 50,000. Or let's say a community like a neighborhood. If you could take 20 people out of that community, that whole community would be all the way different.
Crime will cease to exist, and the stats prove that.
20 people out of 5,000, and I think the community would change. It wouldn't stop crime. So and that's another thing we got to think. We're not going to fix the problem. We could just make it better than it used to be, right?
But part of that, but I agree with you, but part of the problem, and it's a cultural issue, we have a hard time pointing out mistakes that we make and do it publicly, because until we shame people, and don't get me wrong, anybody single mom out there, I'm not saying it, but I remember until my age when it was a bad thing for a girl to be pregnant in school.
Yeah.
When a girl was pregnant in school, people were like, oh my God, she's pregnant. And they would even take her out of the school system.
Ostracize her completely.
Yeah, ostracize. But
right.
We need to do the infected, the N-word you use, the same way. Because we talk all this shit, kumbaya, festivals and all that shit, but when it comes to saying, okay, T.I., why the hell are you taking drugs? Okay, why are you talking about drugs? Okay, you got to go to Jeezy, whoever, and bring back the public enemies and people and support them. What's that guy's N1 or D1? D1.
The rapper D1.
Yeah,
Trey.
he's 100% positive, but nobody's putting him out there. The thing with Diddy, it is what it is, but you got to realize all these rappers, the change in rap came about when they took it over. Mm-hmm. And so until we come out and say it, until we say, hey, no, you're fucked up. Until we say, don't get tattoos to your Rudy, to your Tootie, until you decide what you're going to do. Or, hey, you need an education. It doesn't have to be a college education, but the world is changing from AI to what? You got to go to trade school, because there's always going to be a need for a brick mason, always be a need for a plumber, always be a need for an electrician, but we've got this stigma, and we've allowed the black elites, what I call the 10%, the blacks with a little bit of money, they make decisions, and they keep the same ones that keep on getting elected to in Fulton County. They don't do anything for the people. The only time they give a shit about the hood is when they need a vote.
Right, they use them. I don't think you got to police people, though. And what I mean by that is, if you put knowledge in the brain, knowledge will prevail. But when you put foolishness in the brain, the foolishness will prevail. And what I mean by that is, 80% of our situations will be over with if man and woman work together to raise a child. That's the quickest way to save our community. Black man, black woman raise black children together. Mm-hmm. Not with no interference.
Black nuclear family,
for example, if a woman go to court, her mama and auntie say, don't take that boy to court, he a good man. Mm-hmm. Or if a man ain't doing his job, his father, his uncle should be beating his ass. Man, get your ass out and get this shit right. You should be feeling some pain. You should not take care of your child and not feel something from the people in your community. That's what I mean, community. So if you see a dad combing, beating the shit out of his 20-year-old son because he got 2 kids and ain't paid his child support, he's supposed to be fucked up.
Right.
Fuck court. Nigga, you got to answer to me every day. You're going to go to judge once every other month. You're going to see me every day. I'm going to whoop your motherfucking ass.
But you're talking about a utopian society. It doesn't exist in our community. It sounds good. It's great. It's like a preacher to get up there on Sundays and preach prosperity. It's great, but if you do not ostracize the people, you said the N-word to cover those people. If you do not ostracize those people, call them out, make them
That's
uncomfortable.
what the daddy doing to the son.
It's not about the daddy. It's got to be, because you got to realize the black family has been broke down for so many generations that 74, 76% are born in the single family households. We have to correct that. It's not the strong mothers anymore. It's watered down, watered down, watered down. None of the young mothers today are the same mothers of yesterday. Mothers that raised it were strong enough to raise it, that bust their ass. You have mothers now that are clubbing with their daughters. You got, it's whole generations, 3-4 generations in one hood, one project. So until you break that down and say, hey, look, this isn't right. Look, you need to change. It all starts with an education, because you can sing all the kumbaya shit.
Knowledge.
You want,
Knowledge is different than education.
Okay, knowledge. It comes with knowledge, but until you get an education, because people think with their wallets. People think with their mouths, what they can feed themselves, what they can put on. If they get in, and I'm not saying you got to have a basic education. You have people kids that cannot spell their name.
Backwards or forward.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Until they're in like 4th or 5th
Your
grade.
name Bo, you can't spell it forward. Bob, you can't spell it forward or backwards.
Okay, so my point is, until we start ostracizing it, and I'm not saying making them feel bad about themselves, but say, hey, this isn't normal. Until we start saying what's not normal,
but how do you do that is the question.
Okay, that's when you got to have religious leaders and see. We spoke about that a lot. They won't tell the truth because they're worried about. Well,
the paper.
We want them. Yeah, we want that. We want that tide to come in. But you got to until somebody calls a spade. We're gonna keep on doing the same shit. You can sing "Kumbaya" all you want, but they're not gonna follow you.
When I say "Kumbaya," this is what I'm saying. This is what I mean. This is a more realistic ideology of what I'm trying to say. I agree with you. No argument there, right? Mm-hmm. But when I say knowledge over education, is you can go to school and get A's. But when you're knowledgeable about something, you can bring that back to your community and help your community. So the number one problem to me that I see in our community is black educated people who have the resources.
The 10%, yeah.
15%, whatever it is. They got the resources and the means to help build the community that they come from to get more of the resources they need. So for example, and he don't have to do this nothing, but I'm gonna go Barack Obama here, right? Because it's just a generic situation. He got the resources to go back to Chicago and build an Afrocentric school for boys. He got the means to get the location. He ain't got to do like Umar Johnson and beg. He got the resources to get an Afrocentric curriculum, to get an Afrocentric school for all boys in the worst community. That would change that community in 15, 20 years drastically. And Michelle could do the same thing for females. In Chicago, where they from? She from the South Side. He got his chops in the South Side with Jemiah right now. And if he don't want to do it himself, give take your resources and donate them to someone who's already in the mix.
Okay.
But he's so educated. This
Black
to me
leaders don't give a shit about black
but
people.
that's what I mean, because they got education. But knowledge, ain't nowhere in the world I'm supposed to get something and then not give it to my brother or my sister. That's nobody does that in the whole fucking world.
But us.
Chicago probably the biggest Palestinian community in America. Them motherfuckers is rioting every day. They sending money back. New York got Jewish pop, they sending money back. I'm saying nobody in the fucking world take care of other people before they take care of their own home. That's why we call niggas, because that shit is fucking stupid.
Stupid.
You got the best fucking libraries in the fucking world in your community.
And
You got
don't
3
use 'em.
education students.
Don't even use them.
And I'm saying, what the fuck is we doing? Education, health, and everyday living, helping a person make enough money to get through a week and not a day. Those are resources that many people in every black community are from these black communities got. So given it, that's what I mean, black economics ain't gonna save us. You gotta use all of our resources gotta be together. You give $1, you give 100, you give 5, I give $3 to a black school that's helping black children. And we do that every year, every month. That $20, $30 make a fucking difference.
Absolutely.
And what I'm saying by the kumbaya part of it is you have black school system. Well, we'll just talk about Atlanta. You have Atlanta school system. It's the have and the have-nots. You have Grady, who's now Midtown High. You have Mays. You have North Atlanta, and you have Douglas. The rest of the school systems are trash. Not the kids, but the way they've been dealt with.
Because they all white ran. It's blackface, white ideology. The white man can't come to our room. He can't come to our room mentally or physically.
Great debate here. We're gonna have to get back to this, man. Tell you become with some stuff. We'll tell you ain't been here in a minute. Y'all, you got top 5? You got one? You got one? You got one?
Yeah, we got to read all these topics. Now, I got one.
All right, we'll be back with the topics, and we got a top 5 also. We'll be right back. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
That's okay. I agree with you, sir.
I don't know why y'all say that pregnant coochie is different. It's
Because
just
we've
people that
had
don't-
pregnant coochie before.
The women-
Listen,
It's one of the
No, I really wanna know.
This one of the things you cannot answer.
You can't answer.
You can't answer this because
I'm
you
saying you can answer.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
you
saying-
can
I'm
answer.
saying,
Go ahead.
All men in here just said that pregnant coochie is different.
Okay,
We're telling you.
I'm
it's
telling you,
different.
educate
It
me.
feels
What about the
different.
man that's sleeping with the pregnant woman, though? What is he?
It sound like he's lucky.
Ain't lying. Hell yeah. Yeah. We are back, y'all. We are back. We're talking about water slides and regular slides. And you went to the water park and you got on that water slide with them shorts on and you went just like this. The difference between unpregnant and pregnant.
There's no build up.
Back we are. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
That's God.
Comments, homie? You good?
Hey man, I'm gonna just say this real quick. The dialogue just had off camera was just so freaking dynamic, man. I'm telling you. But real quick, the comments. Let's see. What was I at? He was a tax code just like current politicians. Facts. Hey, if I wasn't married, Jada File be on my hit list. Sorry, not sorry. Reference to him hitting the porn star. Frank wants to know if you know Benny Terrell from Alcorn.
Yeah, I know Benny.
There you go, Frank. Unc chimed in tonight. He said he was telling the truth. I've said it for years. Chris Rock said it best. I love black people. I can't stand N-words.
Why y'all don't say N-word no more now?
No, I'm just reading what he said. I say nigga, but he don't say it.
He said infected.
He says infected.
When you stop?
No, he infected I can't just say it.
Frank says, "Cop, were you around when they wrote the Scarlet Letter?" Unc said we must call out our own people. Number one fan says, get a chance, check out Afro Think Tank, brilliant commentaries. Orlando said, that's right, too much foolishness and brain prevailing. Millennial says, I definitely agree with Brother Knight, but due to that logic, we have allowed the pack of rotten apples to stay with the ripe apples. Facts. I think that Afro Think Tank does just that. Unc said, I agree with Ask a Cop. Hell is freezing over. Millennial said, you believe the concept of the slave ships from Africa? Then most of those people, and while I'm reading this, go ahead post that top 5, Millennial. I was trying to do it, but I had too many comments, so I didn't get a chance to get to it there. Then most of these people were from different tribes and were not together. Why we think that unity exists? When has it ever? I guess what you...
Oh, Nubia, Mozambique, Egypt, Sudan. Our history has no begin date.
Congo.
Of course, we don't use the libraries. The parents that exist now are dependent on the system to teach their children. The legwork to give knowledge is now hindered by technology. That's sad but true. Frank said part of the problem is that we're also skeptical by nature. When we donate, we would like to believe that the money is going to support the issue and not the lining and pockets of someone running the project.
But that be buying Hennessy.
Which is sad. which is sad that but it's sad that we even have to have that fault.
But I'm just saying, who know a motherfucker named Hennessy in the hood? Last name, not first name. Who know a motherfucker named Hennessy in the hood? Last name, not first name. Ain't nobody last name hood Chevrolet. Ain't nobody last name Cadillac. These are white folks' last name, Hennessy.
That's facts.
You ain't never met these motherfuckers and you give them the money. At least a nigga fuck my money over. Shit. At least he smoked some dope with it. Shit, he got high in my community. God damn, that's better than Hennessy.
My aunt said with the Cornerstone Church on Sunday, the pastor had a beautiful, knowledgeable lesson on family matters, discipleship journey to guide family on being intentional about developing family values. Benny's his godfather. That's what we want to tell you. One thing I say for sure, man, real quick, is that what you said at the beginning of your dialogue was about black history needs to be taught
from kindergarten
all the way throughout.
And there's too many black people for that not to be the law.
And if there's ever anything that we as a people should demand, that should be the basic core. Because if our kids, and you remember I said this on our very first podcast, we was at the other spot. If we actually taught our young kids who we really were, what we've really done, what we've really created, but the kings and queens, the building, if they really understood the power of their color, I think it would be such a dynamic change. And if it was taught in those same elementary schools with the white kids in there, and they're taught this stuff at a kindergarten age.
It makes you respect.
We
just celebrated Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah.
Hey.
Right?
Facts.
And ain't but 5 Jews in all of America. The lowest population of people is Jewish, but they got holidays, they got books, they got departments in education.
And they respect
and they got
history.
billions in military aid, but that's another story.
It's another story. But anyway, go ahead and tell us where they can follow you at. Tell us about your podcast.
You know I ain't got no social media.
Well,
you can catch me with Let's Get Deep on Sunday night. I should get social media though. One day when I get it, next time I come, I'll have it.
You be dynamic on. They probably do like number one fan. You probably get banned several times.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go with Isaac Hunt. You know, Isaac Hayes' son got a little black social media thing. Well, it's not black. It's yeah.
Oh yeah. Ask a Cop, got anything? before you get top
The
five?
only thing I will talk about, and you can add this to my tirade last week, exactly what I said occurred. Israel's unchecked aggression into Lebanon, it's bombing a sovereign country. If there's terrorists there and you want to go in or whatever, but you're bombing, killing civilians, exactly what I said happened. Iran got into the fray. Russia's now backed Iran. Like I said, it could get very big and ugly quick. Our president just sent over missile battery systems with 100 U.S. troops. That means we've already had special forces on the ground over there. They ain't talking about it, but they've been over there. So I'm all for backing Israel. I'm just saying, check your dog. Nobody has a dog that bites and doesn't put a muzzle on him. We've allowed Israel unchecked, naked aggression, and I understand that was foul, what was done for them. But 1,200 versus the 6,200, and now that Hezbollah is coming back, the U.S. news, they're at war, but the U.S. news is almost acting like it's a sin for them to shoot rockets into Israel. So all I'm saying is, if we do not check that dog that we paid a bill for, what's going to end up happening is U.S. troops are going to be on the ground, and door to door is going to have U.S. troops going back in body bags. Israel's got their pound of flesh, call off the attack dog, force them to the peace table, and end the conflict before U.S. troops have to hit the ground, because we will be involved. That's all I got.
Vic says, Vic said, I agree with the cop. Frank says, cop, none of that is new. And Netanyahu, how you say that? Netanyahu is and always has been a thug. Netanyahu, N-E-T-A-N-Y-A-H-U? Netanyahu?
Yeah, that's the president.
Yeah.
Okay.
From New York City.
We went to war for 20 years after 9/11. Yeah, how about that? All right, so top 5 was posted. Great dialogue. My bad, JT, got anything?
Nah. Dwayne, drop that thing up there. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Low and Ask a Cop. You can't put it up there? Okay. We were nominated again for online radio /TV show, podcast, atlhottest.com. If you just put in atlhottest.com, you'll see it. Go down, hit that vote for us. Uptown Comedy Corner also. I'm in there for actor, stage play, also online personality, something else. But the main thing, right there, Classic Conversations with JT Low and Uptown Comedy Corner. Y'all make sure y'all go in and get that vote in. Voting has started. Yes, it has.
There it is. All right. Top 5. Because we had a political show, we're going to go political. Give me your top 5. And I posted, you posted it, so if y'all ain't had a head start, it's your fault. Your top 5 political TV and or movies. Your top 5 political TV shows and or movies. Top 5 TV shows and or movies with the political content, basically.
Okay, I guess I'll go first so I can get
All
out
right,
the
go
word.
for it.
Number 5, House of Cards.
House of Cards.
That's how I learned politics. Number 4, Law Abiding Citizen with Jamie Foxx and Bradley.
Got me thinking about one. Go ahead.
Number 3, A Time to Kill. A Time to Kill. When Samuel L. Jackson killed that man at the end of the thing. I hope you die. Number 2, Law and Order, SVU. Number 1, something that was in the court. The Lincoln Lawyer.
Who?
The series, The Lincoln Lawyer. I like the movie. It was cool, but the series is even better.
All right.
Millennials.
I only have 4. Let's see what I got. All right. Starting with 4, Judas and the Black Messiah.
Interesting.
Malcolm X. Borat. And this is
Boring.
this is a TV show, but Scandal.
That's definitely one of mine. I can't take it off my list.
I'm with you. That one,
I can't do it.
It's hard to take that one off.
Yeah.
J. Edgar. I don't know if you
Okay.
ever seen that. The Dick Cheney movie. That was a good one. The Manchurian Candidate.
The Manchurian Candidate. Okay.
The Distinguished Gentleman. Eddie Murphy.
I
He
forget
was a
about that
senator.
one.
That was one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
The old man was like, I'll squeeze it. Last one, Head of State with Chris Rock.
Yeah, that's
First black president besides Morgan Freeman.
How about that? All right. What you got, sir?
I don't know, man. I don't know too many movies.
Or
None
TV
of that.
shows?
I'll go there.
Schoolhouse Rock.
I respect that one all day.
It was Richard Pryor when he played the black president in this sitcom and this comedy show.
I like that.
Yo, mama, what?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna go last 3 politicians. I like Shirley Chisholm. John Conyers out of Michigan, who fought for reparations every year. He was in office for 20 plus years. And my homeboy, Harold Washington, first black mayor of Chicago.
For those of you that don't know, his last 3 were politicians. Had nothing
Yeah.
to do with movies or television.
And Harold Washington had the second time he got first time when he lost. So the second time they had to get black collectivists to right. So they had hoes, streetwalkers out there, hoes for Harold. That was a real street sign, hoes for Harold.
Let's see. Malcolm X. I'd go Cry Freedom. Mandela.
Good one.
Let's see. Glory. Because, you know, the political scene with Frederick Douglass, that part of it, it was really on point, and it told a story that hadn't been told, and it was in a positive note. And let's see. I would say Glory, Freedom. I would say all the genre pictures like Boys in the Hood, all those pictures, because it was the first one that showed the ugly side of what the government did and what it actually did. People didn't see that ugly side. They only read about it in the newspaper, and I think that was the first time that it was shown, and it showed black people in a positive light and how we dealt with it. So that's still political.
What you got, Teasy?
I have The Oval,
Excellent.
Scandal. It's a tie here. Boston Legal and L.A. Law. Both of them.
Boston Legal was my joint.
Boy, man. When they used to sit out there and drink that bourbon at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Last 2 would be Designated Survivor and White House Down with Jamie Foxx.
That's the one I couldn't remember. I could not remember the name of the movie. I said somebody's gonna say it. Yeah.
President with Jordans on.
Yeah. All right, number 1 fan got The Man,
Jordans.
Head of State, The Manchurian Candidate, 24, All the President's Men. Honor Laney got Designated Survivor in 24. T-Vic got Independence Day. Good one.
Good one.
Good one. White House Has Fallen. Another good one.
Yeah.
London Has Fallen. Malcolm X and The Butler. All those are good.
Yeah.
My uncle said he likes the big man. He talks like him. I told you before, my uncle likes how you talk. Number 1 threw in The Life and Times of Harvey Milk. Frank has The Mayor of Kingston.
Why you make that face?
Do the Right Thing. Zero Dark 30. That's a good one. I had it on my extra list. American Sniper. Good one. Selma. That's on my
American
list. Glory
Sniper.
is one of my all-time favorites in any category. Monk said the Joker sucks, so I guess he wouldn't go see that. That didn't make this. Is that a 1-star? Millennial threw in The Last King of Scotland. Good one.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Idi Amin Dada.
White House Down. Kiki chimed in late. She got, I only have 3, but Law Abiding Citizen,
Yeah.
White House Down as well, and Scandal. All right, so I'm going to start off with the movie. I'm going with Selma and any MLK movie because usually they was always involving politics. I also got to go with Scandal because that was one of my favorites. Designated Survivor was another really good one. Kiefer Sutherland did his thing.
Yes, sir.
And of course, another one that I got one that nobody named, Homeland. Homeland was a really, really dope series. I don't know if y'all seen that one, but Homeland was really, really, really good. And of course, my all-time favorite TV show of all time, outside of Good Times, 24.
Yeah. Look, that's why I went with Designated Survivor because I had 24. I said I know logo on with that.
Yeah.
I thought you was gonna drop the oval in there too. So I was,
Well, you said the oval. I had the oval, and I had what the one Frank said. Can't think of the name of it. But anyway, those are my 2, just in case nobody picked them.
Hey, who's that? Unc said that the Joker was a horrible movie.
Yeah,
Hey, Unc, check out
he said 1-star.
Check
Hotel
out-
Rwanda, good one.
the Penguin.
Oh, the Penguin is good. Oh yeah.
Check out the Penguin.
It's on point.
Hey.
It's on point.
Hey man, that Gimp was he's a mother, ain't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Colin Farrell. And when I tell you, you cannot look at. He's actually the Penguin.
Really?
And bruh, he does not look like Colin Farrell at all. They had to pay him a lot because he carried a whole lot of weight around for that show. A lot. Yeah.
Yeah, then when we talk about the lines in Georgia, and congratulate Georgia for coming out heavy on day 1 of voting. Outstanding.
Yeah, I think somebody put down 30,000 or 300,000, something.
It was
like
a lot.
Yeah.
Couldn't get me today. It was too crowded.
You got another week.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna
It was
vote.
beautiful today.
I'm going early
We
tomorrow
voted.
morning.
We voted my mom's senior citizen center, and it was wonderful. No wait. It was beautiful. It was in and out.
If you're a senior, you got to wait in line.
Well, luckily there was no lines, but if the
Seniors
lines
get to skip.
they do let them go up.
And the handicap.
I'm gonna find me
Congratulations,
somebody
already,
with a
boy.
wheelchair. Push it right on to the front.
Get
Jack
me a
Ryan series
wheelchair.
is fire.
I'm gonna just push somebody.
Oh, been there the whole time. Okay, well you were just quiet, Kiki. All right, Jack Ryan. Frank says it's a fire series. Who? The Night Agent. The Night Agent is good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
that
never
was
seen this stuff.
that was good. The Night Agent. That was
Like
just
stand
that was
aside
real
looking
good.
at TV now. Shit. All right, so
On top.
got anything
Yeah,
else?
the Penguin. Hey man, listen, great show, great dialogue, brother Knight. We appreciate you coming down, man. Anytime, man. You spit out the knowledge as always, brother.
Always educational when you come. Knowledgeable. Let me change that.
How about that?
Knowledgeable when you come through, my brother. Hopefully one day it will be considered educational because they'll get it in the schools.
And what's the name of the podcast?
Let's get deep.
And when
Yeah. Sunday nights.
there you go.
To the night side.
Let's get deep, and they get deep.
Yeah, but might want to really.
And they,
Yeah, we just keep it at that. Yeah.
We coming toward the R now, though.
oh,
We
the
getting
Blacklist, good one. That was
wow.
dope.
Yeah.
He said that was his
One of my
best TV
favorites.
series ever. It's in top 5, but 24 is my favorite of all time. By far, 24.
Best written, best produced, best thought out.
That's what
everything.
that milky white boy.
24?
Yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Ain't he like milky white like
No,
I don't think he's Milky White.
no.
But they had a black president.
No, ain't he got that milky white skin, that porcelain skin, the alabaster skin?
No.
You never seen 24?
No. I don't watch nothing unless it's at least 50% black.
It starts off, well,
Some
not
black-
50%, but it's a
some
lot.
black president.
Man, a lot ain't 50%.
UPN.
Look, I remember when
Fox had it living color.
When 24 was out, I used to say that the presidential race used to be determined by 24, black president. And then they had the woman president, and Hillary was going. I said, oh, she about to win just because of 24. She didn't win.
24 opened your eyes to a lot of stuff that really does happen. And I mean,
that's why
you just can't create stuff like that. Stuff like that, it lets you know.
That's why the president is important, because we only know about 15% of what the president really do.
Oh, absolutely.
When you in them rooms with other heads of states, and y'all, like 4 or 5 heads of states can determine the outcome of a whole human race, the human race, right? And you want somebody in there that's narcissistic, like, I don't know, man. That shit is scary. Like, this man has the ability to send 7, 8 men who are trained with 15, 20 years of killing experience to go anywhere in the world.
It's a lot of power.
And take people off the earth. And you're going to give that man that type of power.
After you've already seen what he did the first time.
Led an insurrection like a little baby.
Insurrection.
If I can't win, nobody can.
And the fact that the people are the most powerful people in your party, in your what's the people around him?
Constituents.
His cabinet.
Yeah.
Most of them won't even vote for him now. You ever notice
most of them
that?
won't even vote for you.
How do
Most
you
of them,
pick
the most
people that will not
powerful
vote for
people,
you?
have talked.
The vice president, this your main motherfucker now. Oh, let's go.
The vice
But your
president,
main
the chairman of
motherfucker
the Joint
won't
Chiefs of
vote for you.
Staff, all that. But we got to.
Where's Pence and who is he voting for?
Appreciate you tuning in. We will be back
It's
next
facts.
week. Same time, same channel. That is YouTube. And then throughout the week, through the rest of the channels, you can check us out. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
And that's a cop.
And we out. You dig?